It is easy to assume that achieving large-scale success requires massive action, but the smallest, almost invisible changes you make on a daily basis are what actually drive your long-term results. This chart tracks the math of improving over a year. If you get 1% better every day, compounding means you end up 37 times better. Conversely, if you get 1% worse every day, compounding drives your baseline down to almost zero. This compounding math only works if the behavior is repeated consistently. Yet most of us focus on goals, fixed endpoints that provide temporary motivation, but often lead to disappointment once the target is reached or missed. To keep the math working in your favor, you have to look past the goal and focus entirely on the system. Grab a pen and a piece of paper right now. We are going to map out a specific system for one habit you want to build, a design intended to remain consistent even on the days your willpower is low. Getting the outcome you want doesn't require endless discipline. It requires engineering a daily routine that eventually runs on autopilot. Step 1 on your paper is to make the habit obvious through environment design. Think about why we instinctively check our phones first thing in the morning. It requires zero effort because the phone is always highly visible and resting right within arm's reach. Write down exactly where you will place a physical trigger for your new habit inside your home. Hiding a book inside a bedside drawer is a failing environment. Placing that same book squarely on your pillow ensures you cannot ignore it when you go to sleep. Your daily behavior is dictated heavily by what sits physically in front of you. Designing your environment removes the need to rely on raw discipline. Step 2 is to make the habit attractive so you can overcome the initial inertia of getting started. If you force yourself to read a dense technical manual simply because it is supposed to be good for you, you will likely fail. There is no excitement to pull you in. Instead, start with something highly entertaining. Pick up a comic book, a thriller, or find a socially engaging environment to practice your new skill. On your paper, write down one way to immediately make your habit feel like a fun event. If you want to exercise, write down a specific class where your friends already work out. To initiate an action consistently, the brain requires the anticipation of an enjoyable experience. Step 3 is to make the habit incredibly easy. Your goal is to remove every single point of friction. Common logistical mistakes kill habits early. Choosing a gym that sits far off your daily commute creates friction. Trying to hold up a heavy hardcover book in bed makes your hands hurt, which makes you stop reading. Write down a drastically scaled-down version of your habit that requires almost zero effort. Commit to reading just 5 pages a day, or switch to a lightweight device. A habit must actually be established in your daily routine before you can optimize or expand it. Step 4 is ensuring the habit concludes with an immediate feeling of satisfaction. Long-term results, like getting a six-pack, take months to materialize. To train your brain right now, you need an instant reward the moment you finish your task, like 15 minutes of guilt-free screen time. You must strictly avoid sabotage rewards. Eating a chocolate bar immediately after a workout ruins the exact physical progress you just made. Write down one non-destructive, instant reward you will give yourself the exact second your habit repetition is complete. The first 3 steps trigger the behavior for today. This final step of immediate satisfaction is what ensures you will repeat the behavior tomorrow. Look at your paper. You now possess a complete, customized, 4-step habit implementation plan. Establish realistic expectations. Building a habit is exactly like a baby learning to walk. It requires intense patience and operates on its own timeline. This specific 4-step methodology was codified by James Clear in his book Atomic Habits, and it has a proven track record at scale. When you stick to the system, the compounding math takes over. A tiny 30-minute daily reading routine inevitably adds up to finishing 40 or 50 entire books in a single year. Place your newly written plan somewhere highly visible in your home and execute your very first micro-repetition today.